Chase Lehocky here at the Blue Futon, and this is the first time I've seen a Netflix movie in theaters. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, stop motion animation. This is the #1 on Gold Derby for animated picture to win. Is it? Let's find out. So Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, even though it's directed by two people, I'll give it that. What's this about? This is more in lines of the Pinocchio movie that was based in Italy that was written. This has fascism in it. This has real life elements in it. If you want to put it that way, more realistic than, kids turning into donkeys. But this movie, something feels like it's missing. But with that, I'll give the positives of the movie first. I think it looks fantastic. The visual effects, the production design, the stop motion is fantastic to look at. There are some scenes, especially in the water with the whale, something about that fell off, but everything else when going to the military camp, the circus scenes, the monkey, the original town in the beginning, it sucked me in 110%. The voice acting was also fantastic, and I also like what they did with some of the creature and character designs, especially with the blue fairy and the time element with this. I was not expecting it to go that deep into talking about death and time and fascism and Nazi salutes in this movie. Yes, there are plenty of Nazi salutes in this movie, as well as, the religious element of that time and day of people wanting Christianity, but you have the fascisms come in and saying, if you don't do what we do, you're going to that military camp. So there's a lot of adult elements in this film, which I was not expecting whatsoever. I was not expecting the life message. I was not expecting the mortality message of this movie. When people were dying at the end, I was like, oh, don't shed a tear. I was close from shedding a tear with the fantastic dialogue as well. The dialogue in this movie, I think, is pretty crisp in the beginning and the end, but the middle scene where they're in the military camp, as well as the circus, and some of the songwriting, So let's start slowly going into the negative. The writing and the songs. To me, the songs didn't do as much justice as I think the movie wanted it to. Some of the songs, especially in the very beginning, about, oh, what's this? Is this a hammer? What's it? A pot? That song didn't connect. Also, some songs in the middle one were about poop and fascism. I know what they're trying to do, but just some of the songs just didn't work, in my opinion. And some of the dialogue in the middle. I understand what they're going for with the whole father-son message of, the father not meaning what they're saying. But there's just some stuff in this movie where I was just like, I'm not connecting there, but I'm really connecting here. So it was very uneven. I think that is what kind of took me out of the movie just a little bit more than I thought, is the dialogue and the singing. If this didn't have the singing, I think it would have been a lot better movie, which I understand what they're trying to do, but it just didn't click for me. Because when you're watching the original Pinocchio, which I didn't know that I watched 3 different Pinocchios this year, 1940s to Tom Hanks in this one, vastly different, but just the songs of the original one still hold up way more than this one will ever do. And the PG element. This is not a kids movie. When you see Pinocchio and PG, the kids are going to be bored with this movie. This is very much an adult movie with religious themes, with fascism themes, Nazi salutes, and a lot of this stuff is going to go over the kids' heads. Even stuff where the kids might be like, oh, that's a cute cricket. Oh, that's a cute song. Or, oh no, there's that family element to it. And with the whale at the end, a lot of it is going to go over the kids' heads. So this being a PG movie, and adults might think that this should be for kids, be forewarned, this is not really for them. This is very much an adult PG movie. So overall, did I enjoy this film? I did. It had enough elements to it, but something about it just felt a little too uneven for me. Maybe it was the dialogue. Maybe it was the singing. Maybe it was the second, act of this movie where I was like, where are we trying to go with this movie? I know we're doing I wish it did focus a little bit more on, the dead rabbits. Kind of felt Alice in Wonderland-ish about time, mortality, immortality, because it had some good dialogue with that, but we focused a little bit too much on, the circus. I think the circus scene was a little too long in this film. And that's almost the same thing with the Tom Hanks one. So I wish they focused a little bit more on the death elements, and, to focus more on life of you know what? You have one life to live, and then hourglass scenes. I just wish that was focused a little bit more. So Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio will receive a 3.5 out of 5 with Futon, so it goes at 70%. So see the critics' news scores gave this one. So you have critics a 96% with 47 of them. Audience score an 88% with fewer than 50. Here's a critic consensus. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio delivers full on its title, which is to say it's visually stunning adaptation that embraces its source material's darkness. I agree with that critic consensus. I am curious, though, on that 1 or 2 negative in this. There's 2 rottens, and they are a C+, and it bites off way too much by Globe and Mail and Reeling Reviews. I don't know. I think it was the dialogue and the singing that just didn't click for me. If we took that out, I think it would have been a vastly better movie. Just my opinion, though. 96, 88, 70. Chase Hawk with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think is Butontopia. You Butoners, thank you for watching. Have a fantastic day. Peace and love. We have so much more I got to review this week. We have The Menu. I still haven't seen that. Then we have Stranger Worlds. Then we have Fablemans. They have Devotion. And then Bones and All. I have a lot of movies to watch this Thanksgiving. Peace and love to every single one of you.